Hey everybody, Israel Couple with CTS Cement Manufacturing, and today we're going to talk about Rapid Set's new product line, the all-tile mortar. Behind me, I've already installed a few different size tiles here. You have your large format tile. This one here is a 4 by 2 foot. Your 13 by 13 or 12 by 12s are your traditionals. And then your 6 by 6, you can even go down to a 4 by 4 or even your subway tile or chiclets as we tend to call them. A thin set application, medium, and a large format. Let me show you how I did it. So let's talk about mixing. How much water do we put in the all-tile mortar? With all-tile mortar, you want to go somewhere between your 6 quarts of water to 7 quarts of water. This is going to vary depending on your type of application. If you're going to use your traditional thin set style, a thin application, whether walls or floors, you're going to want to go ahead and go towards that 7 quarts of water. If you're going to do a large format, that's where you're going to want to go anywhere between that 6 to 6.5. With all-tile mortar, you're going to go ahead and get your 5-gallon bucket. You're going to put about 6, 6.5, or even 7 quarts of water, depending on the consistency that you are desiring to achieve. Put the entire bag in there, let it pour in nicely. You're going to mix it for about 2 minutes after the entire bag has been properly placed in there. After it's mixed, the all-tile mortar is going to give you a pot life of about 1.5 hours. So now, let's go ahead and get to the application. Alright, so the first application we're going to show you with the Rapid Set all-tile mortar is going to be the application that we would all know as the thin setting type of application. We're going to do your traditional 6 by 6 tile. So as you can see, even with the mix ratio that we put in with the water, it still has adhesion right there. As you can see, the material sticking to the rubber glove. So if you notice, I'm starting pretty much in the center here. I'm not starting at the bottom or already on a already dried set tile. I'm just placing it on here, and you can see the spacing that I've left behind, and it's still holding its position. So there you have it, a thin application with 1/8 inch V-notched tile using a 6 by 6 wall tile for your traditional showers, tub hops and regular showers. You'll see here that I went ahead and installed the 6 by 6, I put them in their place. They're not even sitting on top of already installed tile, and it's already holding its position. You see no sag. Everything is still nice and tight. After the application, you can get to the grouting in as little as 5 hours. But now let's do a traditional 12 by 12 tile with a 3/8. Spread there. Again, we have good adhesion. As you can see, still we have a great hold and no sag. But let's see what this bad boy can do with a large format application. What we have over here is a 2 foot by 4 foot large format tile. So we're going to go ahead and take our same mix here. If you notice, the consistency of this mix is the same consistency still used to do a V-notched 1/8 inch thin set application. The same consistency used for the 3/8, and now we're about to use a 1/2 notch on a large format tile. As you can see, even with that, the thick style mix, I can still easily spread and glide that tile. So as you can see right here, if you put the camera here, you'll see that I have it even on the line. So here's your little squares. Here's this line right there. I'm gonna glide my trowel right across that line right there. Whoop. And we'll go ahead and walk away from that tile. So what I love about all tile mortar is the fact that as a contractor, we're typically trained to use different thin sets for the different scenarios. With Rapid Set's all tile mortar, it's one bag, one product, one type of mortar used for those various different applications. I will be confident in knowing the fact that I just got to train my crew with one product for all types of tiles, all types of applications. I can use one product for a horizontal application, a vertical application, and I could use it for a thin setting application or a large format tile. Here's the beauty about Rapid Set's all tile mortar. Let's take that professional contractor that shows up to his residential or commercial project, but he's got multiple applications. So if you're gonna go into your bathroom application, but what if that homeowner doesn't buy the same tile for walls and for floors? With all tile mortar, I could use the all tile mortar to spread a thin setting type of application to apply on the wall. But then when you get to the floor, that same type of product is still used to apply a large format tile. And if your floor is at a level, have no fear, I can apply it thin to the ground. And then if you need to build up from there, there's no need to have to go running back to your local hardware store. Think about that. With other competitor products, you're gonna have to know what type of tile you're using to then determine what type of thin set you're using. You're gonna have to determine if that thin set is gonna be the right polymer modified thin set to stick to that tile. If I'm choosing glass tile, a competitive product is gonna cause for you to use something that has a high polymer. If I'm just gonna use ceramic tile, then you typically don't need as much polymer. So what impresses me about the Rapid Set all tile mortar is I went to the store and wasn't confused with which type of thin set, which type of mortar was I gonna use for my type of tile application. I just found one bag and I used that one product for any type of application that I was gonna use. With the all tile mortar, I have the added benefit of knowing that I could start very tight up against the wall, and then as I need to build out that 1/2 inch, that 5/8, that 3/4 of an inch, I don't have to start off with a thin set mortar and then work my way up with a large format. I just use the same product for tight up against the wall and to build out as needed. And if you need more information, visit us at www.ctscement.com.